From me and Beaumont, live and direct, this is WrestlePod. Welcome along, I'm Ian Beaumont, good to have you with us. We're going to get straight to our predictions for tonight's NXT Takeover and tomorrow's Royal Rumble. And much as a certain other YouTube channel do their reviews for Raw and SmackDown in about 4 minutes or so, give or take a little bit, we're going to do these rapid fire. So, what's first? Cassius Ohno should win this. He has the ability, but knowing how much NXT are big on the Velveteen Dream, I see this as being the Velveteen Dream going over Cassius Ohno because because Cassius Ohno now is the jobber to those who WWE think are going to become the stars. Next. Authors of Pain are going up to the main roster. Of that, there is little to no doubt at all. So, this one's pretty straightforward. Undisputed Era to retain. Next. Ooh. This is a close one because Shayna Baszler is showing a lot of promise, but I think it's too early to put the women's championship on Shayna Baszler. That said, I think it's probably a disqualification finish. Ember Moon to retain. These next two are really, really difficult. I have a hunch Adam Cole's going to pick up the win here. Ideally, I would prefer it to be Aleister Black. I think he is the one who probably should be next in line for the championship, but I think it's going to be Adam Cole, but Aleister will be not long behind. I can't see Andre Cien Almas retaining here. I think Johnny Gargano is going to pick up the victory. I know a lot of people have been saying, Tommaso Ciampa is going to deny him. No. They're saving that for WrestleMania weekend. That's when Tommaso Ciampa will make his return. Otherwise, Johnny Gargano is picking up the title. Okay, we rattled through NXT Takeover Philadelphia. We got 9 matches to rattle through for the Royal Rumble, so let's start off with the pre-show. Well, we don't know who his opponent is going to be. There's options here. Dolph Ziggler's probably the most likely, but also you've got James Storm and EC3 as potential other opponents, or somebody else entirely. But whoever it is, I think Bobby Roode is picking up the victory. Genuinely, for a pre-show match, this is really hard to call. They might want to put the Revival over here to really establish them as a solid tag team, as a tag team that's really capable. And by having Luke and Carl put them over, that would be one way. Do I think that's going to happen? It's going to be close. I think Gallows and Anderson are just going to pick up the victory, though. This one is meaningless because of the 205 Live situation, but I'll go into that in another video. Otherwise, this is just straightforward. The good guys going over. Kalisto, Lince Dorado, Gran Metalik. Real throwaway match, this one. Okay, on to the main show. This will be a 2-1. It's whenever WWE books one of these, it's never anything but a 2-1. You don't see a 2-0 ever. And I'm sorry, this one's going Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin's way. As much as I love the Usos, I think it's time to put Gable and Benjamin atop the tag team division in SmackDown. The Bar are winning this without a doubt. What's more interesting here is what will happen between Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan. I'm expecting there to be a bit of a clash somewhere, miscommunication. The breakup of the team sets up something probably for eventually for WrestleMania, but I think there's one more pay-per-view before then. So, yeah, the Bar are winning this. This really feels like an old school Attitude Era Raw main event. AJ Styles is picking up the win. Owens and Zayn are not going to win this one. And I think the reasons why we saw a little bit of a setup for that on SmackDown. AJ Styles is retaining. As much as I like Braun Strowman, he's the odd man out here. Lesnar is pinning Kane to retain. It is pretty simple as that. Strowman's going to look strong, but Lesnar's pinning Kane to retain. Okay, I'm going to spend a little bit of time with the Royal Rumbles simply because there's too many bits to work out. Pretty much there are a few solid potential winners for the Royal Rumble. You've got Becky Lynch. You've got Mickie James. You've got, as a dark horse candidate, Tamina Snuka. Really dark horse candidate, but I think well and truly in with a chance. You've got Bayley. You've got Sasha Banks. You've got Natalya. You've got Naomi. All of them, I think, are possible winners. But they're all going to fall because none of them are ready for Asuka. Now, who do I think is also going to participate? Who are we going to see from NXT? Who are we going to see come back? I expect to see Trish Stratus back. I expect to see Lita. I expect to see maybe a couple of others like Molly Holly, or I don't know, maybe a real wild card like Eve Torres. That would be really out of left field, or even Gail Kim. And they would be big surprises. But the NXT side, you got the iconic duo. You got Ember Moon, who is already in action. You've got Shayna Baszler. You've got Kairi Sane. All of these are great potential and could Especially in the case of either Billy Kay or Peyton Royce of the Iconic Duo. They're dark horse candidates as well to steal the victory. And Nikki Cross as well. And I think I got a feeling the Iconic Duo are coming up as probably our Sanity from NXT. But, all being said, the Women's Royal Rumble, nobody in that Rumble is ready for Asuka. On the Men's Rumble, there isn't really that many strong potential winners here. Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, John Cena, Shinsuke Nakamura, Randy Orton. And if I were to pick a couple of out of left field names, hold on. The Miz, I would probably put actually in that higher group as well. And a couple of really out of left field names, Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Baron Corbin. I think they're the dark horses in this. So yeah, I think that's pretty much who looks like winning. Who do I think's gonna win? Well, for one thing, I don't think Raw is gonna win both Rumbles. I don't think SmackDown is gonna win both Rumbles. They're gonna be shared 1-1. So with Asuka for Raw winning the Women's Rumble, and Shinsuke Nakamura for SmackDown winning the Men's. Unexpected candidates. Surprise returns. Let's talk about surprise returns. There could be a few, like, really unexpected ones. You could see... there weren't many last year. I'm expecting there to probably be a few more this year. Triple H might show up. But I don't think he's going to be in it for long. Could we see potentially a appearance by The Undertaker? That's dubious. But he's in the area apparently. Who else could we see? There's a couple of, like X-Pac, who was at Raw 25, who he's looking a lot better than he was. Be nice to see him back. And maybe like a weird, really out of left field candidate, Scott Hall. He was told to bring his ring gear to Raw 25. Now, obviously, he didn't need it, so I'm wondering whether they told him, you're going to need that Sunday. We'll see. As for NXT call-ups, I think the Sanity crew are the most obvious one. They're not at NXT Takeover. They haven't really been seen that much. So, Eric Young, definite possibility. Also, a couple of really sort of, again, slightly out of left field, but I think it would be too early. It's probably too early to say Drew McIntyre. I know he's coming up, but I'm not sure he's recovered enough to enter. But if he did, oh my god, I think the pop would be amazing. Other than that, difficult to know for certain. But I really think the bigger thing is going to be new faces, people we haven't seen suddenly, doing an AJ Styles in 2016. And those names could include James Storm and Ethan Carter the Third, EC3. Dolph Ziggler probably could make a return. And who else might make an unexpected appearance and would probably be quite good in the match? Ricochet. There's a dark horse surprise entry for you. Ricochet. How about that? So there you go, my predictions for tonight's NXT Takeover and tomorrow's Royal Rumble. How do I do? Well, we'll find out next week when I review both events. In the meantime, I hope you can join me later tonight. We're going to sort of live stream my reactions to Takeover. Tomorrow night we'll live stream my reactions to the Royal Rumble. And on Monday, I will be on the radio, probably mentioning both Takeover and the Royal Rumble as well. So, until next time, thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay tuned.